Hey guys, it's Fox here, and today we're going to be talking about the USFL's draft. So, it was announced the day before I'm recording this, the order of the draft, but now the actual details of the draft have been put out a bit more. This is another Fox Sports article since, they're the ones who kind of own the league. USFL draft details, dates, times, draft order, selection process. Yeah. The USFL announced, or the uniforms have been unveiled, which I am doing a video on that's upcoming. The draft lottery has been won. Now it's time for the new United States Football League to draft its players. The USFL announced on Friday the details for its 35-round inaugural player draft, a historic two-day event that will take place Tuesday and Wednesday in Birmingham, Alabama, home to every USFL regular season game in 2022. Officially known as the Player Selection Meeting, Day 1 of the inaugural USFL Draft will take place Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time, consisting of 12 rounds. And the USFL Draft will be like any other. Day 1 of the draft will proceed by position, beginning with quarterbacks in round 1, followed by edge rushers and defensive ends in round 2 through 4, offensive tackles in round 5 through 7, cornerbacks in rounds 8 through 11, and back to quarterbacks in round 12. Teams will each have 2 minutes per selection on day 1, and the selection order will use an analytical, modified snake system between positional rounds so that each team has 2 number 1 picks at 2 positions, the first time a draft order has been used in a major professional sports draft. Here is the full draft order of the first round of the 2022 USFL Draft, determined by Thursday's draft lottery. So, for the quarterbacks, Michigan Panthers have the first pick, Bandits have the second pick, Stars have the third pick, the Generals have the fourth, Gamblers 5, Stallions 6, Maulers 7, and the New Orleans Breakers 8. Day 2 of the USFL Draft will start at 9 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday and will proceed until 35 rounds are completed. Rounds 13 through 23, teams will have 90 seconds to pick, and the positional order will be receivers from 13 to 17, safeties from round 18 to 19, centers in round 20, inside linebackers in round 21, and then guards in rounds 22 through 23. Through rounds 23 through 35, teams will have 1 minute each, which will have defensive and nose tackles from rounds 24 through 26, running backs and fullbacks in 27 through 28, outside linebackers from 29 to 31, kickers in round 32, punters in round 33, tight ends and halfbacks in round 34, and long snappers in round 35. Teams must draft, at minimum, 1 player from each position group. USFL teams are drafting from a pool of 450 to 500 players who have already signed contracts to play in the league. Only players who have signed contracts are eligible for selection. Trades between teams to swap draft picks or acquire a player or players is not allowed. But teams can pass during any round to receive a compensatory pick that may be used at the conclusion of a different position round. But remember, teams must draft at least 1 player from each position group. The USFL will provide real-time coverage of this draft, including selection, reporting, features, and behind-the-scenes content through its league and team social channels, as well as on Fox Sports' digital platforms. So overall, what that means is pretty much the Michigan Panthers have the first pick in terms of quarterback, but pretty much every team will get the same amount of picks at positions and stuff like that, so it's as fair as can be. I like that it's going to be fair. I think that's cool. They're going to have 35 rounds. It's a lot, and it's going to be a lot to keep up with. So, it's just going to be hard to hammer down who are the big guys, but, I guess we'll get through it and find out. So, overall, that's pretty much it in terms of the draft. It's going to be a 2-day event. There are 35 rounds, which is going to be insane, and we'll get to see who is the first overall pick in the new league. This has been Zomfox. If you like this content or want to be notified as soon as I have a new video to get updated on anything regarding the USFL, subscribe and hit the bell, and remember to have a great night.